It's been a while, but we are finally back. 101's Universe mode, Raw is War, and what a way to kick off tonight's episode of Raw is War. None other than Stone Cold Steve Austin, former World Wrestling Federation champion, and as we found out on last week's edition of Friday Night SmackDown, Stone Cold Steve Austin is the brand new #1 contender to CM Punk's World Championship over on SmackDown, all thanks to Shane McMahon. And speaking of Shane McMahon, a huge match for him coming up next Sunday at Survivor Series. It is going to be Vince McMahon versus Shane McMahon, father versus son, with the winner controlling both Raw and SmackDown. But in the ring, the Rattlesnake, and we're about to find out what Stone Cold Steve Austin has got to say. No doubt about it, Stone Cold Steve Austin has been on one of the worst runs of his career as of late. Stone Cold Steve Austin, CM Punk World Heavyweight Championship match coming up at Survivor Series. And Stone Cold is going to be on this week's edition of SmackDown in Tag Team Action. And speaking of Tag Team Action, as decided by you the viewers, tonight's main event, Undertaker and Kane versus Edge and Christian in a tables match. But kicking off Raw, the first match of the evening, it is going to be the NWO's Outsiders versus D-Generation X's, the New Age Outlaws, with the Raw World Tag Team Championships on the line as decided by you the viewers. This DX NWO feud has been going on the last month or two, and it has got bigger and better every time. The most recent big meeting between these two great teams coming up bragging rights several weeks ago now. Remember, it was SmackDown Tag Team Champions versus the Raw Tag Team Champions, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash versus Triple H and HBK Shawn Michaels. The NWO coming out on top. But not only that, Shawn Michaels being sent off the top of the Hell in a Cell through the announcers table by Kevin Nash. And we have not seen HBK since, but I am hearing HBK is nearing a recovery, so not long to go before HBK is going to be back. And then if you missed last week's edition of SmackDown, Kevin Nash sending out the challenge to Triple H. Kevin Nash challenging DX to a traditional 6-man tag team elimination match coming up at Survivor Series. Triple H has yet to answer, though we are expecting Triple H's answer tonight on Raw. But you've got to assume Triple H is going to be more than happy to continue this DX NWO feud. Nevertheless, in the match with the Raw Tag Team Championships on the line, Billy Gunn and Kevin Nash with two legal men and a big knee to the face of Billy Gunn, former IC champion of course. Kevin Nash. Oh, big back suplex, dropping Gunn on that neck and back. Scott Hall now, the legal man, tagged in by Kevin Nash, and here we go. Scott Hall, Billy Gunn. Scott Hall, a former Intercontinental Champion in his own right. Who can forget the first ladder match between Scott Hall and HBK for the IC title? The big man though, Big Sexy, tag back in, attacking Billy Gunn once again. Billy Gunn in a very bad predicament early on. Can't quite seem to get the tag to Road Dogg. Road Dogg coming in now, breaking that one up, allowing Billy Gunn a second to breathe. Billy Gunn taking advantage. Royce he can into the corner. Here we go. First tag for New Age Outlaws. Road Dogg tagged in. Big double team maneuver. Big elbow drop to the back of Kevin Nash with a 7-footer. Is not going to be easy to take down, as we are seeing. Kevin Nash so far has an answer for every maneuver Road Dogg can muster. Kevin Nash though retreating. Kind of a strange decision by Nash, but Road Dogg more than happy to go to the outside. Here we go into the guardrail. This is not looking good for Nash. Billy Gunn is not the legal man, but on the outside of the ring, Billy Gunn with a spear through the barricade. Kevin Nash was just speared through the barricade by Billy Gunn. Here's Triple H. Is Triple H gonna tell us if he is going to accept the challenge by the NWO? Kevin Nash and Billy Gunn laying here at ringside. Oh, Road Dogg taking advantage of a distraction. Can he hit it? Yes, he can. The pump handle drop by the Road Dogg off of a distraction by Triple H. And the New Age Outlaws have done it. The New Age Outlaws bringing back the gold to Raw is War, bringing back gold to D-Generation X. And we have got to assume Triple H has accepted the challenge. It is now official. D-Generation X versus the NWO. Traditional Survivor Series 6-man elimination match coming up in just over a week. We are going to go backstage now. Farouk Bradshaw, the APA. What's Mr. McMahon doing here? Vince McMahon with the APA. We know the history between Vince and the APA over the years. APA not looking too happy to see Vince, but clearly the bear changed their mind. Vince and the APA sitting down. You've got to wonder what exactly Vince McMahon has got planned on the APA. Nevertheless, we do continue. The Rock is going to be in action next. He is going to be facing Scotty 2 Hotty. And if I was Scotty, I would not want to face the Great One. The Rock coming off a barren month or two. First, The Rock was left off the bragging rights pay-per-view, which the Great One was not too happy about. But not only that, The Rock hasn't been on a particularly great run as of late. Remember, last week's edition of Monday Night Raw is War, we did crown 2 #1 contenders for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. We had 2 6-man battle royals, one of which The Rock was a part of. The Rock coming down to the final 2 men when the 6-man battle royal turned into a standard one-on-one contest. It went down to The Rock and Kane, and as we know, Rock coming up short, could not quite defeat the 7-foot monster, and the Big Red Machine becoming one of 2 contenders for that World Wrestling Federation Championship, defeating The Rock, meaning it is going to be that Survivor Series, Undertaker versus Kane, brother versus brother, with the World Wrestling Federation Championship on the line. Do not forget, the Brothers of Destruction, currently on the same page, are going to be in tag team action tonight. In tonight's main event, it is going to be Undertaker and Kane versus Edge and Christian in a table match. Oh, and Scotty 2 Hotty early on with some nice offense on The Rock. As I was saying previously, The Rock, it's rumoured and there's whispers The Rock is not happy with his current position here in World Wrestling Federation. The Rock is obviously going to be looking to turn it all around, and a victory over Scotty 2 Hotty will do nicely as The Rock's road to recovery would seemingly continue. The Rock taking off that turnbuckle cover. Referee did not see it. This is not going to be good for Scotty 2 Hotty. But The Rock though taking Scotty into the corner. Oh, big right hand. And another one. Oh, and a third consecutive right hand. And now Irish whip. Oh, a strong one. Across the ring. Scotty 2 Hotty face first into that exposed steel. Oh man, Scotty 2 Hotty in a bad way. Oh, walking straight into a rock bottom. Rock bottom by the Great One, but the Rock not going for the cover. Rock showing that frustration we have seen in the last several weeks. The rock bottom was not enough. Decided to go for the most electrifying move in sports and entertainment today. The People's Elbow to the heart of Scotty 2 Hotty. Rock into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And this one is over. The Rock with a dominating victory over Scotty 2 Hotty. The Rock looking to get back on the road to become a world champion here in the World Wrestling Federation. And that victory over Scotty 2 Hotty is definitely not going to hurt. The Rock seemingly back on track. And I'm sure The Rock going to be having the new world champion, whoever that may be, in his sight soon enough. We are going to move on, and it is going to be for the World Wrestling Federation European Championship. Again, as decided by you, the viewers, because after all, this is the most viewer interactive universe mode in WW Games history. You have chosen Ken Shamrock. Ken Shamrock, Kurt Angle, European title on the line. Ankle lock versus ankle lock. This one is going to be interesting. Early on, a page up Kurt Angle's book with that nice German suplex. This match interesting in the fact that neither guy is a fan favourite. Both guys being heavily booed here tonight. Going to be interesting to see whether the crowd do pick someone to favour as this match does progress. But as it currently stands, both men getting a ton of boos from the crowd here tonight. A great crowd we do have though tonight here on Raw is War. We have already seen some nice action already. We have already seen brand new World Wrestling Federation Tag Team titles. Congratulations to the New Age Outlaws for bringing those championships back home to the World Wrestling Federation. Are we going to be seeing another new champion crowned tonight in Ken Shamrock? We will see as this match does continue. Kurt Angle though, currently in control, spinning Shamrock around. Oh, but Shamrock ducks it. Ken Shamrock, Irish whip. Oh, big boot onto Angle. Do not forget Angle coming off a very successful time thus far on this universe. If we take you back to bragging rights now, several weeks ago, it was Kurt Angle versus Justin Gabriel versus Kevin Steen, the 3 minor champions from the 3 brands here on this universe mode. That match, a 3-way ladder match, with the winner of that match gaining a world title shot for their respective brand anytime in the next 6 months. That match, as we know, won by Kurt Angle. So Kurt Angle does have a World Wrestling Federation Championship match to come, but that match will be decided as and when Kurt Angle wants it. So similar to the Money in the Bank contract, that match will be in the future at a time convenient to Kurt Angle. And as it stands, Kurt Angle currently has his eyes set on retaining this championship, and I'm sure Kurt Angle's world title shot will come sometime in the near future. Ken Shamrock on the top rope, but what a counter by Kurt Angle. Belly to belly off that top rope. What a move by the Olympic gold medalist and the current reigning and defending European champion. Big spine buster. Oh, but Ken Shamrock. Remember, Ken Shamrock, part of the corporation, one of the most hated groups in World Wrestling Federation history. And do not forget the background, the amateur background and the UFC background by Ken Shamrock. I'm sure that is going to come into play in this one, but Kurt Angle, obviously many credentials of his own. You can see Kurt Angle pointing to the forehead, telling Ken Shamrock he is the man, he has his number. But Ken Shamrock again fighting back. Nice big snap suplex. Lovely move there by Ken Shamrock. And you can see the madman hitting himself almost. Getting that UFC type choke now locked into Angle. Referee Charles Robinson come over to check on it. Oh, but Kurt. Snapmare to Ken Shamrock. Picking him back to his feet. Oh, Ken Shamrock ducks whatever he was going to go for. Spins Angle around into a belly to belly. What a belly to belly suplex by Ken Shamrock onto Kurt Angle. And now this one could be over. We could be seconds away from crowning a brand new European champion. But no, Kurt Angle obviously knows that move all too well. Out of the ankle lock, into the Olympic slam. And now Kurt Angle about to lock in his own variation of the ankle lock. But unlike when Ken Shamrock had locked in, Kurt Angle is now in a much better place. Ken Shamrock cannot get anywhere near the ropes, and Ken Shamrock, no choice but to tap out to the Olympic gold medalist. Kurt Angle leaving Raw as he walked in. A huge successful title defense by Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle continuing his great streak here on Monday Night Raw is War. And apparently Kurt Angle has got something he wants to discuss with the WWE Universe. Here we go, Kurt Angle microphone in hand. Definitely unexpected. Kurt Angle challenging the light heavyweight champion Seth Rollins from SmackDown. Are we going to see Kurt Angle, Seth Rollins at Survivor Series? I guess we will find the answer to that question on this week's edition of Friday Night SmackDown. The Promise of Destruction backstage getting ready for their match coming up. But what the hell? APA, Farouk and Bradshaw attacking the Brothers of Destruction. It looks like we now know what exactly Vince McMahon wanted of the APA earlier on. It looks like the APA have sold out to Mr. McMahon, and we know the history before, how they have been aligned in the past. It looks like the APA once again aligned with Mr. McMahon himself. Do not forget the Mr. McMahon Undertaker situation. If we go back to bragging rights, the Undertaker had Vince McMahon in his corner when he faced Brock Lesnar. Vince McMahon attempting to help the dead man by handing him a steel chair, but the Undertaker did not want any part of that steel chair, deciding he wanted to defeat Brock Lesnar without the form of cheating. Unfortunately, that did not pay off for the dead man. Brock Lesnar hitting a devastating F5, and Brock Lesnar, representing SmackDown of course, getting the 1-2-3. Then last week on Raw is War, Vince McMahon in the ring, closing the show. Vince McMahon promising, because of a defiance by The Undertaker shown to Vince, Vince promising that The Undertaker will not win the World Wrestling Federation Championship come Survivor Series. But that did not end from nowhere. The Undertaker, in typical Deadman fashion, the lights went out, The Undertaker appeared in the ring, Vince thought he had seen a ghost, Vince McMahon running from the ring, and The Undertaker leaving last week's Raw is War on top. But we will speak more on the dead man as this night continues, because we can already see underway Bubba Ray Dudley versus Jeff Hardy. What a great match this has been so far. These two men, obviously no strangers from each other. The Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys, a long storied history here in the World Wrestling Federation, and that history gaining by the day, because back at bragging rights we had a 6-man elimination match. It was Raw versus ECW. That match coming down to a one-on-one between Bubba Ray Dudley and Jeff Hardy, and in the end Jeff Hardy defeating Bubba Ray, getting the 1-2-3. Do not forget Bubba Ray, one half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, and because of that victory over the Dudley Boys, ECW General Manager Paul Heyman has granted the Hardy Boys an ECW title shot. That title shot coming at this Sunday's Survivor Series. So what a match that is going to be. Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, once again, this time at Survivor Series. Let's hope that match does not disappoint. And the stipulation of that match will be chosen as always by you, the viewers. Jeff Hardy in a world of trouble in the ring. Bubba Ray Dudley, not a small man, hitting a nice belly to belly on Jeff Hardy. Oh, big snap DDT on that steel chair. Bubba Ray bringing the extreme as you would come to expect. Bubba Ray in extreme base over on the 2013 version of ECW. Going for the Bubba cutter, not to beat. Jeff Hardy on a counter. Oh, what a move by Jeff Hardy. Signature Jeff Hardy. Bubba Ray sent across the ring. Wake up taunt time. Hardy going to be looking for the twist of fate. Oh, Bubba Ray not wanting it. Bubba Ray pushing Jeff away. Big clubbing blow to the back. And Bubba Ray again back in control. The bigger man has definitely had the upper hand in this contest. But what a great match this has been here tonight on Raw is War. Bubba Ray now behind Jeff Hardy. Oh, going for the clubbing blow, not to be. Jeff Hardy ducks it. Oh, finally connects. Twist of fate on that steel chair. Jeff Hardy getting extreme. Could this be a mistake by Jeff Hardy? Not going for the cover, instead going for a swanton bomb, but Bubba Ray out of the way. Jeff Hardy onto that steel chair. Oh, and Jeff Hardy walking into a Bubba bomb. The neck and spine of Jeff Hardy sent down hard onto that steel chair. This one is over. One half of the ECW Tag Team Champions with Dudley Boys has defeated one half of the Hardy Boys. Remember, these two teams will go head to head at Survivor Series. Not to mention, this week on ECW, we are going to be seeing Devon versus Matt Hardy. Undertaker and Kane seemingly back to their feet discussing the game plan for tonight, and that match is already here. Main event time, Undertaker and Kane versus Edge and Christian. Now these two teams having the complete opposite luck in recent weeks. Edge and Christian coming off 2 or 3 big losses. Last week they lost to the Hardy Boys. Edge and Christian so far on this universe cannot quite seem to get going as a team, so you've got to wonder if they continue to lose what exactly the future holds as far as Edge and Christian are a tag team. Whereas the Brothers of Destruction are coming off a very successful couple of weeks. Remember, these two are the joint #1 contenders to the vacant World Championship here on Raw is War. Remember, that title being vacated due to the fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin lost the Champion of Champions match several weeks ago now, bragging rights. So as I explained earlier on in the evening, last week on Raw is War, we crowned the 2 new contenders for that vacant championship. We had 2 6-man battle royals, which went down to 2 individual one-on-one matchups, and in the end, The Undertaker and Kane winning their respective matchups. The Undertaker and Kane, the current contenders for the WWF Championship. So Undertaker and Kane will meet one-on-one this Sunday at Survivor Series. Brother versus brother. These two men have a storied history. They are currently on the same page, but that has not always been the way. If we go back to the very first edition of Raw is War on this universe mode, it came down to those two to crown a debut World Wrestling Federation champion. As we know, Undertaker winning that one, and I'm sure Kane has not forgot about it. Do not doubt for a second these two men will destroy each other if need be to become the brand new WWF champion. But as it currently stands, these two men are aligned, these two men are on the same page, and they are dominating the former World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions Edge and Christian. This match breaking down. Edge though being set up on that table. The end could be here already for Edge and Christian. Undertaker top rope. Oh no! Edge out of the way. What a move by Edge. Quick like cat out of the way. Undertaker through the table. having little effect to the dead man. The Phenom, of course, one of the most dominant superstars in WWF history. Just to confirm, only one member of their team has got to go through the table and this match is over. This match is not an elimination match. Oh, Kane going to go back chair, but Christian blocks it. Oh, but Christian does not want any part of Kane. Oh, but changes his mind back into the ring. And finally, Christian gets the better of Kane. Kane in a bad predicament on that table. Christian going to go top rope. This match could be over, but no, Kane out of the way. And Christian sending himself through that table. Smart move by the Big Red Machine as this match does continue. Remember, your opponent has got to be put through a table rather than putting themselves through a table. And Christian very, very groggy. Kane on the top rope and Vintage Kane with that huge clothesline. Other side of the ring with Deadman with the tombstone. This one could be over. Edge and Christian not very good at all. Oh, but just like that, the tide changes. The match completely turns on its head. Christian with that move, sending Kane down, but no, Kane, the Big Red Machine. Remember, these two brothers of destruction are not normal men. These two can take so much punishment, as we are seeing The Undertaker and Kane back to their feet already, dominating once again, and this match could be seconds away from ending. Oh, big sidewalk slam by Kane, as The Undertaker now leaves the ring, about to bring a second table back into play, and that is exactly what we're about to see. Taker with that table. Oh, but Christian other side of the ring with the Unprettier from nowhere. The Unprettier onto Kane. What a blow this would be if The Undertaker and Kane lose this one. Tag team partners tonight, but opponents come Sunday. So you have got to assume Undertaker and Kane are going to want to win this match to keep the momentum on their side going into Survivor Series. But that momentum is going to be crushed if Christian puts Kane through this table. Christian going top rope. Oh, but Christian too. Still the Big Red Machine catching him. Would not like to be Christian through the table. A choke slam off the top rope through the table. And this one is over. Undertaker and Kane with a huge victory tonight on Raw. Defeated Edge and Christian. Partners tonight, opponents Sunday at Survivor Series, World Wrestling Federation Championship on the line. It is going to be The Undertaker versus Kane. What a match that is going to be. But as far as tonight goes, the Brothers of Destruction leaving Raw on top. Oh, but Vince McMahon making his appearance. You've got to wonder, will Vince be involved in this Kane Undertaker match come Sunday? Good night, everybody.